Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol and I'm so glad you joined us today. We are going to continue with our heart opening series. So as we mentioned last time, we kind of sit hunched over stuff a lot of the time. So the idea of today's poses are to help us open that heart up, right? Lifting that chest. So it improves our posture. It helps us look up and out instead of looking down. So they're really, really good postures. We're going to start seated. Then we'll stand up and we'll do a few poses standing, and then we'll come back to seated. And remember, if at any time you just want to sit down, it's always an option. Just keep working with us seated. It's fine. Later this afternoon, we'll upload this video to our YouTube channel called Bottoms Down Chair Yoga. You can check this video out along with all the others on that channel. And then if you would click that big red subscribe button, we would appreciate it. All right, let's get started. So we're going to sit up nice and tall in our chair. Remember, we're not leaning back. We're moving forward in that chair. We're lifting our heart up. All right, feeling that belly button to spine. We're already begin to feel that core engaging. Let's think about our feet. Let's go ahead and get those grounded to the earth. Thinking about having equal weight in all 4 points of both of those feet. Let's go ahead and ground our sits bones. So we want to make sure that we have our weight equally weighted. We don't want to be leaning one way or the other. So just feel those pointy bones equally weighted on that chair as we ground into that earth. All right, we're going to place our hands lightly on our thighs. Palms are going to face up. We're going to lower our shoulders as we lift our heart. Close the eyes and breathe. Focus your attention inward onto your heart center, letting go of everything outside of the room. Begin to feel the natural rhythm of your breath, just your natural inhalation and exhalation. Begin to elongate that breath, inhaling a little more deeply, exhaling a little more completely. Let's move into that belly breath, that diaphragmatic breath. We're going to engage our diaphragm as we inhale. The belly extends because we're filling the lungs from the bottom up. As we exhale, we pull that belly button to the spine and we actively push the air up and out of the lungs. It's a super active breath. Go ahead and do that a few times at your own pace. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart and set your intention for today's practice. Focus on what you want to accomplish. One more breath. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Drop your chin towards your chest. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Drop your chin towards your chest. Look up towards the front of the room. Let's look over that right shoulder. Let's look center. Look over that left shoulder. Look center. We're going to do that one more time. Look over that right shoulder. See if you can look just a little further over that shoulder. Giving that neck just a little extra stretch. Go ahead and look center and do that one more time on the other side. See if you can engage that stretch just a little more deeply. One more breath and look forward. Let's roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. And reverse it. Oh, it feels so good to me. One more. All right, good job. Place your hands lightly on your thighs. Palms are facing down. We're going to move into our cat pose. Pull your belly button to your spine. Round the shoulders. Tuck the chin. Let the head fall. Then we're going to lift up into cow. Maybe this time, instead of grabbing the back of the chair, you just turn your thumbs back towards the back wall and open up that heart. They're both great versions. I just thought we'd mix it up today. All right, let's move back into that cat pose. Rounding those shoulders. Lifting up into cow. Let's inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Use that diaphragmatic breath if you can. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, down we go. One more. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, down we go. And release it. And let's roll one shoulder at a time. And reverse that roll. Beautiful. All right, hands to the ceiling. Seated mountain pose. Don't worry about bringing your palms together. It's fine because we're going to move straight into that leaning pose. We're going to take that left hand down to the chair, extend up towards the ceiling, and lean. So we've got this other hand on the chair for support. So see how, if you can do a little deeper into that stretch because you've got this support here. Let's come up and we're going to do it the other side. So let's start with both hands up. Up we go. And then let's bring that right hand down to the chair. Extend up and lean. So they're both great versions with or without holding the chair. But one of the things about holding the chair is it just lets us get a little deeper into that stretch, I think, because we're holding onto that chair for support. Let's come up and roll those shoulders one final time. And release it. Okay. Whew, are we ready? Let's get going. So we're going to so before we start, I want to tell you, I'm going to move through this first series. We are not going to stop, okay? We're going to move into our Warrior 1, Warrior 2 side angle pose, just like we did last time. I'll cue it through, so if you weren't with us last time, don't worry. I'll cue it all through, but we are going to just move through the whole thing without stopping. And I'm also going to cue the breath. So, if you want to try that diaphragmatic breath, right, that inhale and exhale, do that yoga breath, that would be great. If you begin to feel like that's uncomfortable or you're getting dizzy, just breathe naturally, it's fine. But I am going to cue that breath and just see how it feels. See if you like that rhythm of that connecting the brain to the body to the breath. All right. We're going to take that right knee and we're going to open it nice and wide. We're going to take this left knee and we're going to let it fall down towards the floor. Push that foot back. Let's go ahead and do one crescent lunge before we begin our series. So I'm lifting my heart up. I'm feeling a pretty good stretch right here in the front of that leg. You feel that? I'm up on those back toes. Remember, crescent lunge. All right. Let that knee fall down at a 90-degree angle to the floor. Bring your hands to your heart. Here we are in a Warrior 1. Let's go. Ready? Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, move to your warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, flip that warrior up and back as we reverse it. Inhale here. Exhale, back to that warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, come into your side angle pose. Start with your hand at waist. Inhale here. Exhale, extend that hand out. Inhale here. Exhale, drop that right kind of wrist towards ankle. Inhale here, back to your warrior two. Inhale, exhale, reverse that warrior up and back. Back to your warrior two and step out of it. All right. How did you do? How did you feel? There's a lot of movement there, wasn't there? So we went into a full flow, just adding in that breath. Okay, so we're going to do the other side, and we're going to do it the same way, adding in that breath and everything. And then we are going to come to standing, and we're going to work on a little bit more from a standing position, okay? All right, so we're going to take this knee and we're going to open it up nice and wide first. So we're feeling that inner thigh stretch. Now we're going to take this knee and we're going to let it fall down towards the floor, and we're going to push that foot back. So we're going to lift the heart into our crescent lunge to begin with. Note that I'm looking over this front knee. So we don't want to lose our form, okay? So make sure that you're thinking about the form. I'll try to cue that a little bit more this time. Last time I was just trying to get us into the flow, the feel of the movement with our breath. This time we're going to do the same thing with our breath, but I'm going to cue a little bit more of things to watch for body placement and body awareness, all right? Okay, enough stretch into that leg. You feel that stretch? All right. Let's let that knee fall down towards the floor. Now I'm going to look over this left knee, right? My hands are at heart. I'm going to inhale here, exhale, hands to the ceiling. Inhale here, exhale, I'm going to rotate into that warrior two. We know this one well. Remember, knee over toes. We're up on that knife edge. Our ribs are in the center. Inhale here, exhale, flip that palm up and back. Feel the stretch. Inhale here, exhale, back to your warrior two. Inhale here, exhale, we're moving into our side angle pose. Let's start with that hand on our waist. Heart is lifted. Inhale here, exhale, extend that arm out. We're not overextending it. It's just a natural extension of that shoulder. Inhale here, exhale. If you wish to drop that hand down, do so, but you can't collapse, right? We've got to lift that heart up. Inhale here. Exhale back to that warrior two. Flip that palm up and back. And we're going to go back to our warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms and release it. Okay. So we are going to come to standing, and we're going to do a series of those poses standing. Then we're going to come back and sit down and go through it one more time seated, okay? So I just kind of want you to feel the difference between seated and standing. So go ahead and come up, and you're going to be on the right side of your chair, all right? So we're on the right side of our chair. We're going to face our chair. And the leg that's next to the back of your chair, we're going to take that foot and we're going to put it, our foot is underneath the chair so that whenever I bend my knee, I feel my shin or my knee up against that chair. Does that make sense? Okay? So if you're too far back and you bend it too much, see how far my knee is forward? I don't want that. But I also don't want it so far that you can't bend your knee at all. So there's just kind of that perfect spot. I don't know how to describe it other than just kind of giving you those cues, all right? Okay, so with this other leg, we're going to take a big step back, right? I'm holding my chair, right? I've got my chair here for support. That back foot is at that 45-degree angle. My hips are facing forward, and I'm going to bend that front knee. Okay, so make any adjustments you need to. I don't know if you saw, but I had to heel toe my foot forward just a little bit because my knee really wasn't touching. So I wanted to make sure that that knee was able to touch that chair. Bring those hips forward. Remember, hips are over the chair into our warrior one. We're going to extend that spine long, pull that belly button to spine. So really feel this whole business right here, pulling in. So we want that core to be solid, standing down that back leg so our weight is back. Our weight is not forward, our weight is back. Hands at heart. All right. So we're going to take a deep breath in, and then on an exhale, we're going to bring our hands to the ceiling. All right, warrior one, beautiful, strong warrior one. On an inhale here, we're going to move into our warrior two pose. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but this knee stayed bent right up against that chair. Okay, so this knee stays bent. Are we ready? We're going to reverse our warrior. Where are your ribs? Think about all those things that are important, right? Flip that left palm to the ceiling, and we're going to reverse our warrior up and back. All right, let's come back to that warrior two. I'm not going to worry about the breath. We're going to go through this again, and then we'll worry about the breath. Okay, so we're going to move into our standing side angle pose. We're going to take the fleshy part of this arm, and we're going to place it on the fleshy part of that thigh. The opposite hand is on our waist. So here is your alternative. If you're here and you're feeling a little unstable, you have your chair to place your hand in, okay? So if this is good for you, then I would like for you to stay right here. But again, I am not putting a bunch of weight on this, right? I'm not collapsing down and putting on my weight here. I can move this arm. It's just there kind of as support. But you can do the same thing with your hand in the chair, but I just don't want you using that as support. Or don't put all your weight in there. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Open that heart. How's everybody feeling? All right. We're going to add that arm. But if you notice, it was just, all I did was I unbent my elbow. I did not add this big opening here. That's not what this is about, because that puts so much pressure on that shoulder. That's not what we're trying to do, right? So we're wanting the heart to be the thing that opens. So if you want to open more, I want it to happen here, not in the shoulder. Does that make sense? All right, one more breath. Woo! Let's come back to that warrior two. Let's reverse it one more time. I just love that. It feels so good. And come back to your warrior two, and we're going to step out of it. Okay, right, that front leg probably feels it a little bit. Okay, we're going to come to the other side of our chair. So here I am on the other side of my chair. So the foot next to the back of the chair is the one that's going to come up underneath it. I'm going to make sure that I can bend that knee. Take a big step back with that other foot, 45-degree angle, facing forward, bend that knee. So again, I just made a couple of adjustments, right? So I want to make sure I feel that leg up there against that chair. I'm going to pull my belly in. I'm going to lengthen my tailbone down, pull my weight back so that I'm not leaning forward. My weight is back. Hands to heart. We're going to add that arms to the ceiling for our beautiful warrior one pose, and then we're going to move to our warrior two. Woo, yeah. All right, get everything set. Make sure those ribs are in the center. Flip that palm up and back. And let's go back to that warrior two, and we're going to move to side angle pose. Parsvakonasana, side angle pose. Oh, you know what? Let's start with our hand at our waist and open that heart up. I just like that. I think that it gives us that heart opening, and then we just add that arm. Remembering, you can have your hand in your chair if that feels better for you. Woo, one more breath. Back to your warrior two. Reverse that warrior one more time. Back to your warrior two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms and release it. All right, come to the other side. Final thing. I know, we've got one more add-on here. So again, leg next to the back of the chair. Go ahead and move into your warrior one. Back foot is at that angle. Belly is tight. Tailbone is long. Hands at heart. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, move to your warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, flip it up to that reverse warrior. Inhale here. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale here. Side angle pose. Start with hands at waist. Inhale here. Exhale, hand extends. Inhale here. Listen. Drop that hand down if you wish. So ultimately, where we would be is this hand in the air would be like a whole natural extension all the way down to that other hand that's on the floor. So we call that stacking the shoulders. Mine aren't stacked 100% either. It's all good. Just don't worry about it, right? But I just kind of wanted to show you what ultimately where we would like to go is here. This ear is towards the chair, right? This wrist is down. So we're not collapsing in. So the minute you start collapsing in, I want you to lift back up. You're using your core, side waist muscles, right? So we've got a lot of work going on here. We're breathing. We're looking out. It's not down and not up. I know. One more breath. Press it up into that warrior two. Woo, reverse that warrior up and back. And step out of it. I know. We held that a long time, didn't we? How'd you do? You feel okay? Let's do the other side, and then we're going to sit back down. Okay. So we're taking this leg and we're extending it or putting it under our chair, moving to that warrior one. Extend those arms to the ceiling. Here we go into our warrior two. Make any adjustments you need. Let's reverse that warrior up and back. We're going to go back to that warrior two and straight into that side angle pose. Start with your hand at your waist. Lift that heart up. Add that arm if you wish. Leave it out if you don't. Opposite arm goes down towards the floor, and you can leave that out again if you don't like it. Or if you find that you're collapsing in on yourself, like all of a sudden you feel your heart falling down, just lift that arm up a little bit. It doesn't matter how close to the ankle that wrist is. It really doesn't matter. What matters more is the form and that you're keeping this chest open. Because that's what it's all about. And you don't want this arm too far back either, right? So I know there's lots to think about. And I'm talking, and we're holding, and we're breathing. One more breath. Come back up to that warrior two. Woo! Reverse it up and back. Back to warrior two. And have a seat. Have a seat. Grab some water if you want it. I'm going to grab a little sip of water. Right? Okay. We're going to do that flow one more time, just pretty, without any stopping. We're just going to flow all the way through it. Right knee opens. Left knee to the floor. Warrior one. Hands to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale to your warrior two. Flip your hand up and back for a reverse warrior. Come straight into your side angle pose. Drop that wrist down if you wish. Come back up. Warrior two. Reverse it up and back. Back to warrior two. Come center. Left leg opens. Right knee to the floor. 90 degrees. Warrior one. Hands to the ceiling. Move to your warrior two. Flip that palm up and back. Back to your warrior two. Side angle pose. Drop the wrist down if you wish. Heart is open. Back up. Warrior two. Flip that palm up and back. Back to warrior two. and release it. All right, very good, everybody. So just think about it during the day today as you're working on whatever you're doing, your daily stuff. Just thinking about, am I looking down and hunched over? Let me open up my chest. Let me open up my heart. Let me remember what I did this morning, right? This whole side angle pose. All right, very good. You can sit back in your chair. Right. Let's go ahead and take, I do want to do one quick stretch. So let's take that right knee and let it open up nice and wide. We're going to bring that left hand across that lower of the fish's pose. Lift and twist. We're going to release that and we're going to do that again. Come across, lift and twist. And release it. All right, face forward. This leg is going to extend long. Lift and hinge into your pyramid pose. You guys worked so hard today. That was so good. Lift your heart up, extend, and hinge. So when we start moving through our poses faster, right, you really feel like, okay, go ahead and lift up. Let's go into our half pigeon, ankle to ankle or ankle to knee, extend and hinge. You can really feel that connection, can't you? That union. So we've got the body, the mind, and the breath all moving in one cohesive motion. It's really quite special, I think. Lift your heart up, rock your baby. Let's do that again. If you like the version with the elbow there pressing gently on the knee, that's good. If you don't like that version, don't do it. And we're going to rock that baby. Extend. Last version. Remember, if you want to have your hands down towards the floor or not. All right, let's go ahead and do the other side. We're going to open up, take that right hand, bring it across, grab the chair, lift and twist. Release that, and let's do that again. Come across, lift and twist. All right, drop that knee down. Oh, I don't think I did this on the other side, did I? Okay, we've already done a crescent lunge. Let's just go ahead and move into pyramid pose. So we're going to lift up and we're going to let that heart fall forward, stretching into the hamstring. Okay, we're going to lift up and we're going to do that one more time. Extend and hinge. All right, let's move into our half pigeon, ankle to ankle or ankle to knee. Extend the spine long, let the heart fall forward. All right, lift up, rock your baby. And we're going to do that again. Extend the spine long. This is another version. I'm pressing gently on that knee with my elbow. Come up, rock your baby. And we have one more version if you like this one. Letting that heart fall and the hands fall down towards the floor. All right, very, very good. If you want to lean back in your chair now, you can, your choice. Place your hands lightly on your thighs, palms facing up. Close the eyes or soften the eyes. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Opportunities for kindness. Here's a quick, reliable, accessible way to genuinely feel good. Offer kindness to someone. Here's a surefire way to know you matter, to know without a doubt that you are making a difference. Give kindness to another person. Although your kindness may not even be noticed by anyone else, it has great value because you notice and you observe the goodness within you being put into action. Kindness heals, forgives, forgets past wrongs, and enables future progress. Kindness leaves in the hearts of those who receive it the urge to pass it along, to expand it and improve upon it. Kindness is authentic, not complicated, within the reach of anyone. Those who practice kindness grow stronger, more confident, more creative, connected, and fulfilled. Today you'll encounter numerous opportunities for kindness. To the extent you seize upon them, everybody wins. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Extend your left hand out towards the floor. Flip your palm up towards the ceiling and release it. Drop your chin towards the chest and release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Extend the right arm out. Flip the palm towards the ceiling and release it. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today, and as always, this video will be uploaded to our Bottoms Down Chair Yoga YouTube channel. We hope you'll check it out and subscribe, and I will see you next time.